Good morning, everyone. Here we are again. It's day 2 of the Pilates Vitality Challenge. Did you try out yesterday's session? Were you with me yesterday? Have you tried it out yet? I hope you have. But don't worry if you haven't, because the replay will be here all week, so you can go back to it and watch it when you are ready. Yesterday, I kept the session nice and short. I don't think we ran over 25 minutes yesterday, so I kept it shorter than I normally do because I really wanted to make sure that you could go through the full session and really get the benefit from doing the exercise. The exercise bit itself was only about 10 or 12 minutes long. It wasn't very long at all. So if you haven't yet had a look at that, then I really encourage you to go back and do that. It was all about glute and leg strength yesterday. Now, I will just hang on just a couple of minutes before I start, make sure that everyone who wants to join me is here. If you are joining me this morning for this session, then again, just drop a comment below. I always like to know who is with me. So just say hello, good morning, so I know you're with me. So what are we going to be doing this morning? Well, this morning it's all about the upper body. So I thought we'd do a little bit of arm and shoulder toning and strengthening. So that's what we're going to do this morning. If you watched yesterday's, you know I said to bring some weights with you. So if you've got some hand weights handy and you want to grab those, that's fantastic. Make sure they're not too heavy though. I don't use anything over 1 kilo. This morning, I'm going for an easy option. I've grabbed some tins. I've got tins of tomatoes this morning out of the kitchen cupboard, and so I'm going to be using those. So it just shows that you don't need any, to kick yourself out. You can always find something around the house that will do. So a couple of tins. And the only other thing you need is a towel just to support your head on some of the exercises, okay? And that's all what you will need for this morning. So what is the Vitality Challenge about this week? It's all about keeping us strong in our bodies so that we can remain active well into midlife and beyond. And of course, it's also about boosting our energy levels because, as I said yesterday, it's surprising. Just a little bit of exercise can really help to boost those energy levels, really set you up for the day. And it lifts our mood as well. It makes us feel good, even if we only do 10 or 15 minutes, which is roughly what we're going to do today. Hopefully, you will find some benefit from it. Now, what else do I need to tell you? Oh, yes. Friday, I'm here tomorrow, don't forget, I'm here tomorrow, 10:30 again. We're working the core tomorrow, so it's a core workout. But on Friday, I'm doing a live Zoom session. So I've already posted the link to register for that Zoom session. It's not here in the group, it's live on Zoom. So if you want to join me for that, you will need to register so I can send you out the details. We'll be putting everything together we've done this week and a few extra little bits as well. So it will be a full 1 hour session with me working on our strength to keep us active and mobile. So I hope you'll be joining me for that. So register to take part in that as well if you want to. I think that's all I need to tell you for this morning. Are you with me? Is everyone here now? If you've just hopped on and you're just joining me, then just say hello in the comments. Or if you're watching on replay, just say hello as well, just so that I know you've watched it and you've taken part. Wonderful. Okay, shall we make a start? I'm going to keep it nice and short. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes somewhere there because I want to make sure that you can fit it into your day and really feel how just a short exercise session can benefit you. So you don't need to get your mat out and do an hour if you don't want to. You can do a shorter session as long as you stay consistent and do it on a regular basis. You'll still get the benefits of doing Pilates. So we need those weights, don't we? Now, I'm going to come into a high kneeling position. And the only reason I'm doing it like that is because that just happens to how I've set my camera this morning. If I stand, you won't see the top half of me. So I'm coming into high kneeling. Now, if you don't want to do it in high kneeling, that is fine. You can do this first little bit sitting on a chair, not in the sofa. Don't sit on the sofa. We'll just get too comfortable. Dining room chair is fine. You can sit or you can stand, okay, however you want to. But if you want to come into high kneeling like me, fantastic. However you are, if you're sitting, kneeling or standing, make sure that you are nice and upright through your body. You've got your weights. We're going to start with the arms in this position. Now, on this little sequence, what I want you to watch out for is the elbows. So I've got my elbows roughly at shoulder height now. Make sure they stay about there and don't let them sink as we go through the exercises, okay? Keep them at that level. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to bring the arms together, and then we're going to take them out to the side. So we bring the arms together, and we take them out to the side. That's it. Now, as you're doing this, the shoulders are really important, okay? Sometimes when we're using weights, the shoulders tend to come up. So this tends to happen, especially when we've done quite a bit, we're starting to get a bit tired. This happens, the shoulders come up, and we really don't want to be in that position, because that just encourages more of shoulders up when really we want shoulders down. So it feels like you're lengthening out the neck. The shoulders are down, the collarbones are wide. That's it. So focus on keeping the elbows lifted and the shoulders down. Okay? I don't know how many of these we've done. We'll just do a couple more, shall we? So bring them together and send them away. Last one, bring them together and send them away. Keep the arms out here. Can we reach up to the ceiling with both arms? Bring them back down. And again, so we do a little press and release. And again, we press. Now, on this one, I'm not bringing my elbows down really low. I'm not bringing them down here. When I bring them down, I'm just bringing them to shoulder height again. Okay, and I've got my arms out as wide as I can possibly get them, because I want to keep the chest nice and open. Okay, how are we doing? Can you start to feel those muscles in the shoulders working? Yes, I can just start to feel them. Even though I've only got a couple of tins of tomatoes, I can feel like I'm working now. Here we go, last one. Bring the elbows to shoulder height. Hold them there. Let's put all of that together. So we go back to the first one. So the arms come together. We send them out. We do a press and then repeat. So together, send them out. Do a press and repeat. And again together. Send them out. Do a press and repeat. And again together. Send them out. Do a press and repeat. That's it. So elbows only come down to shoulder height. We're keeping those shoulders down really well. So this could be the point where you feel like they're starting to creep up a little bit as your arms and shoulders get a little bit tired. Should we just do one more? Here we go. Press and open to the ceiling and lower. Then you can lower the arms. And we'll give those shoulders a little roll, shall we? Wonderful. Okay, so let's come down onto the mat for the next one, shall we? So, move that over there a little bit, shall I? So, this time, you just need something to support your head. So, I've just got my hand towel. Just makes it a little bit comfier, doesn't it, rather than lying flat on the mat. So, we're going to lie on our back this time. And we're going to do a nice little basic exercise, actually, this one. But it's a nice one to get some mobility through the shoulders. And because we've got the weight, we're strengthening and toning as well. Okay, so we've got the weights. Now, you also need that nice connection through the center of the body now. You want to make sure that you're engaging well so that you're supported in your lower back, because we're going to bring the legs up into a double tabletop position. So we do this one leg at a time. Okay, and once the legs are up in this position, we still want to be nicely engaged through the center. Keep the abdominals pulled in, make sure the lower back isn't arching. We start with the arms to the ceiling. So I'll show you. Shall I show you now what you're doing? So we're going to do some little toe taps. So we tap one toe down and we're going to send the opposite arm overhead. And then we come back to our starting position. So it's scissor arms and legs. Are we ready? Doesn't matter which leg you start on, as long as you use the opposite arm. So let's take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we'll tap and reach and return. Tap and reach and return. Tap and reach. Wonderful. That's it. Now, with the arm movements, just work within your own range of movement. Okay, so if your arm doesn't want to go back as far as mine, that's okay. Just work within your own range. Don't force the movements. Okay, so we're just tapping the big toe on the mat as well. And then just make sure that you're still engaging well through the center, so you're supporting your lower back really well. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. Should we do a couple more? Tap and reach. Last one, tap and reach. Wonderful. Can we stay here? Can you lower the arms? So they're just hovering off the floor a little bit. We're going to do the 100. Okay, now because we've got the weights, we're going to pulse the arms up to the ceiling as we do this one. So if you've done Pilates before, I'm sure you are familiar with the 100, so you know what's coming now. It's all about focusing on the breath as we do those arm pumps, isn't it? Staying connected through the center as well. Here we go. We're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we'll press the arms up to the ceiling. Press, press, press. Here we go. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest there. Hug the knees into the chest. I didn't do the full 100. I did it a little bit shorter. We've had the legs up in that position for a little while, so. Okay, I think it's time to change position again. So I'm going to roll like a ball. I'm going to come back up to sitting. Now, we only need one hand weight for the next little section because we are going to come into a side lying position. So we're going to use our towel. I'm just going to fold it up a little bit thicker. We're going to lie with the bottom arm out stretched. You're going to put your towel on your arm just to support your head, okay? So we want the knees bent. I've got my feet in line with my spine. We're making sure we're nicely supported through the center. We're engaging there, and we're drawing both shoulders down, even that side we're lying on. Okay, we're going to do a little lift and lower to start with. So I'm going to take the arm to the ceiling, I think, first of all. Straighten out the top leg. The top leg starts and finishes at hip height. It doesn't go any lower. Now, take that top arm overhead. See how far it will go. So again, just work within your own range. Don't force it over if it doesn't want to go. We're going to lift the leg and the arm and then lower together. Are we ready? We're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we do a lift and a lower. And again, breathe out, lift and a lower. Breathe out, lift and a lower. That's it. So stay strong through the center. Keep the shoulders down well. Keep the leg nice and straight. Wonderful. That's it. Here we go again. We do a lift and a lower. Lift and lower. Last two. Lift and lower. Last one. And then we can lower the arm down. We can bring the legs back together. Wonderful. Let's do one more like that, shall we? This time, let's do hip extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the arm and leg working together. So what we'll do is we'll float the top leg up and we'll bring the knee to the chest. The top arm, I'm going to send it away. So what we're going to do now is straighten out the leg and swing the arm up in front, and then we come back to our starting position. Are you ready? Stay strong through the center. Here we go. As you breathe out, we lengthen and return. And again, breathe out, lengthen and return. And again, we lengthen and return. That's it. Still keeping the shoulders down. Keeping some nice stillness through the center of the body as that arm and leg move. Here we go. Couple more. We lengthen and return. Last one. Lengthen and return. We can lower that leg down into our rest position just to release the muscles in the hip a little bit. Now, of course, we need to do that on the other side so the body is nicely balanced. So if we bring the legs together, we can push ourselves up, and then we just need to flip ourselves over, and we'll do it on the other side. So the arm goes out, towel back into place, knees are bent, engaging through the center. Okay, I'm going to send that top arm over. Are we ready to do it again? Lift and lower, first of all. Here we go. Breathing out. We do a lift and a lower. Let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. That's it. So you want that stillness through the center of the body. Just the arm and leg are moving. So I'm squeezing the front of my thigh as well. as much as I can because I want to keep that leg nice and straight. So I'm not just strengthening and toning the arms, I'm trying to work the leg as much as I can as well. Let's do a couple more. Here we go. Let's lift and lower, lift and lower. Wonderful. Okay, are we ready for our final one? We're going to go back to that hip extension. Stay connected through the center. Float the top leg up. Bring the knee to the chest, send the top arm away. Here we go. We're going to breathe out. We're going to lengthen and return. And again, let's lengthen and return. That's it. Wonderful. So again, especially on this one, because you've got that little swinging action, you want to make sure that there's no movement through the center of the body at all. Here we go again. Let's lengthen and return. Two more. Lengthen and return. Here's our last one. And this time we'll bring the leg up into our rest position so we can rest it down for a second. There we go. We are all done. Okay, so we're going to bring the legs together. We'll push ourselves back up. All done with the weights. So I kept the exercises reasonably straightforward and simple, because sometimes that's all we need to do when we're working with weights. We don't need to do the more advanced exercises. We can just stick with the basic exercises. But because we've got the weights, even though they're only light weights, that's what we want. We want to work with the light weights. We don't want bulky muscles. We want long, lean muscles. So that's what the light weights will give us. They also allow us to connect deeper into the abdominals, so that you have to focus more on what's going on here. They tend to work a little bit harder, because especially when you take the arms overhead, it's easy to sort of lose our neutral spine position, as we need to make sure that we're strung through the center of the body and keep the spine in a nice supported alignment. So that is the end of day 2. So I hope that was short enough for you. And maybe now you want to go back and do yesterday's as well. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like you've got a bit more energy after doing that? Okay, I hope so. If you have, of course, you could always drop me a comment below, couldn't you? Let me know how you found the session. Right, what do I need to tell you now before we go? Tomorrow, I've got some exciting news to share with you. I'll share it at the beginning and at the end, because I know some people just run away towards the end. So I'll just briefly share it at the beginning of tomorrow's session. But some exciting news that you might be interested in if you have enjoyed these first 2 sessions this week. So come back tomorrow, because tomorrow it's sort of the one thing that everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people ask me about, and that is exercises to strengthen the core, to tone the tummy muscles, and to support the lower back. So that's tomorrow. It's a core workout, so I hope you're going to come back and have a little go at that with me. Don't forget, Friday, we're live on Zoom. So we're not in the group on Friday. I am live on Zoom, taking you through maybe some of the exercises we've done this week, but definitely some that we haven't done. So it'll be a full Pilates session for an hour. That one will be. So if you want to join me for that, then don't forget to register. The links that I have popped a post in, but I'll do it again. There are details in the group where you can register, because I need to send you the Zoom details if you want to join in with that one. I think that's it. We don't need any weights tomorrow, so just your towel. I think that's all we need tomorrow. So I hope you will be joining me again one more time this week. So have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.